Um, okay, screen is shared. Can you guys see the Gig Institute website?
I can.
Okay, great. Now, the discussion on the marketplace is going to be very brief. It's just going to chat through the concepts and why we put it up and how it's going so far. Essentially, the gig marketplace is a place for people within gig to advertise and market and sell any products they want to sell to other gig members. To reach the marketplace, all one has to do, and I just need to move my controls out the way, all one has to do is go to giginstitute.com, and either on the free members or paid members journey, and I'm going to start on the free members journey, one then goes to the training, the online training, and once you're on the online training, down near the bottom of it is the product, services, and skills for gig members. Clicking on there takes you through to the marketplace. The marketplace itself is very easy to use. What we have is an introductory sort of splurb on the marketplace, and then numerous places where you can get your store. So in the menu, you can become a seller. Down here, you can get your store. And over here, at the bottom, you can get started. All of those will give you a store. And then in the menu at the bottom, you can actually go for vendor membership and look at your account and get to your store manager and look at the stores. Now, on the market, you can actually just shop. In other words, what it does is simply list all the products. Each of these products, if you go into them, and I'm just going to go into my one over there, actually has its own URL. In other words, you can market a specific product from your store with its own URL. If you go to the bottom of the screen and you go and have a look at the stores, each of the stores that are up at the moment, and I believe there are 11, 9 of which actually have products, 2 of which don't. You can choose any store, and once you're on the store, you actually get your own URL as well. So you can market your store URL as well, either through social networks or emails, or by simply referring people there with a WhatsApp message or whatever. So there's a tremendous amount of access that you can give to people to go and have a look at your products and buy your products. The store itself is actually set up such that all the tough stuff, all the online banking, all that sort of stuff is sorted out. All you have to do is open it up and then start adding products to it. And obviously put prices on those products. Fairly obviously, we try and be quite rigid about products that are sold, that you're not sort of just doing stuff that people can go and have a look at and not pay. Now, having said that, I do, for example, refer to an accounting software which is free and online called Wave. And if you go to that, essentially all you do is you get onto the Wave Apps site and you can get yourself a free account. Now, fairly obviously, because it's free, there's no price involved, and therefore no one's making any money anyway. But it can be used for that sort of purpose as well. Becoming a seller is very easy. By choosing Become a Seller, you have a choice of 4 types of membership. If you're a gig paid member, your membership is free. There's no payment required. There is, however, a percentage of your sales that go to gig itself, and that percentage is 10%. If you're a free member, you pay 180 Rand for 3 months, which is 60 Rand a month, which is the same as being a paid member in gig. So choose to be a paid member in gig or pay for your store for the same price without the benefits of being a paid member in gig. Third-party vendors pay 2,400 Rand a year, and super vendors pay 9,600 Rand for 2 years with 3,000 Rand for their first month. So it's quite expensive if you're a big seller. Other than that, the store is very, very simple to operate. However, one of the things that is not working at the moment is people who own stores are not marketing their stores. In other words, they're not sharing it with friends, family, or other gig members. And as a result of that, very little activity is happening on the store. I think the most important thing with any store that you open, imagine you opened a store in a shopping center. Now, fairly obviously, you rely on the traffic coming through the shopping center. But it's also a good idea to attract people walking past in the passage by having special offers, things on display, and all that sort of thing. How that translates in the digital world is you get people to visit. And I think the important thing is that if you're not getting people to visit, then fairly obviously no one's walking into your shop and fairly obviously no one's going to buy. So the gig marketplace, very easy to get to, very easy to join. If you're a gig member, it doesn't cost you a cent. Everything's variable. And, you know, why people are not visiting it is basically because the shop owners are not advertising their wares. And advertising is fairly cheap or free if you use your social network connections and you chat to people and you actually use your URL.